There are days, there are games when sometimes you just got to sit back and say, wow, 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 wow. Mm. If you saw this coming, raise your hand. Mm, mm. I'm gonna let a few people get in here, man. Um, I think I'm gonna get Vach in here, but I just listen. My opening sediments, man. Sediments. First, it's not sediments. Sediments is on the bottom of the ocean. Sentiments. Hey Elijah, I'm turned up for sure. I'm about to send this link to Vach. Um, Brian, what's going on? Alex, I'm giving everybody shout outs. Chase, everybody's coming in, man. I feel good, man. I also told myself that I want to start going live more, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna play this song. I'm gonna send this link out to Vosh Lombardi. Let's see if he can join. And we just gonna talk some football, man. I will honestly say this, y'all. Um, there hasn't been in a long time. I haven't been so excited where I'm just at a loss for words for when a team literally goes into a game, plays the game, schemes the game, executes the game plan the way that it's supposed to be done. Dallas hasn't done that in a long time, man. Um, they just haven't done it. Um, I'm really at a loss for words. Sunday night football's on, um, but I probably won't sleep tonight because I'm probably gonna rewatch the game. Um, we're playing clean football. Let me leave y'all with some music. Um, we got a long way to go tonight, y'all. I'm gonna leave y'all with my track, empty. Let me get Vach on. Y'all hang tight for about 2 minutes. Can y'all do that for me? Good people, can we hang tight for 2 minutes? Um, I didn't want to just jump on and do a recap because the truth is I really don't know which narrative to attack. I got so many narratives, guys, that I'm excited about. I don't know which narrative I want to attack. Steez, Donald Clark, Tory, Jim Laws. Jim, what's up, homie? We once were for. I feel good, man. Hey, ain't nobody taking this joy. Listen, I want y'all to understand something. Cooper Rush winning games only throwing for like one something. Imagine when Dak get back. This is the new track, y'all. Give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. Get some water real quick. We back. We back. We back. We back. We back. We back. I hope y'all like the track, man. How y'all feel tonight, man? Um, I want to do this segment, right? I got a buddy who I really trust and I talk football with. My boy Lou, he's on Twitter. I'll put his Twitter handle in the link, and kind of how Vach always brings me on. Let's get some thoughts. Let's get some early thoughts on the game with my homie Lou. Um, Cowboys Nation, y'all probably see him on Twitter a lot. Um, like I said, I really been stuck. Lou, you live. Lou, you're live. Let's just get some early thoughts. You're live on my live. We jumping right now. The folks are in the chat box. Let me get some shout outs real quick. Alex, Vistery. Who else is in here? Tony, Alex Martinez. We smoking that Rams pack. Hey, listen. Lou, give me your initial thoughts on the game. Guys, if you don't know, Lou, what's your Twitter? Oh, call Phil. Let me see something. Let me get him. Sheila, how you doing, man? Ma'am, how are you? Um, I just I literally have been sitting on my couch for the last I've been sitting on my couch for the last 2 hours. I've been watching a little football, but I've been sitting on my couch for the last 2 hours just checking out football, Sheila. Just and when I say checking out, just taking it in these games, taking in Philly, but just like wow, like you really went out and just, bully the champ. Lou, what's your Twitter handle real quick so I can get these people to follow you and show you some love in this nation? Okay. Say it again, underscore Lou. Yep. Yeah. Cooley. All right, in the cut. Y'all, hey, look, I need everybody to go follow Lou. Lou is one of I hope I spelled that right, Lou. Louis underscore. So me facts. So me and Lou talk football every day. So I want to bring you guys into some of our conversations. Lou, what did you see today? How did you feel? Just give me your initial thoughts. Run the ball, play defense. Run the ball, play defense. Run the ball, play defense. Balanced. Bad coaching. Mm-hmm. Yeah, bad turnovers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, so Cows win, Cows win, Cows win Cleveland. Chat box is lit right now, Lou, and they're showing you love. Everybody say what's up, Lou. Lou, one thing that you spoke about that we've spoken about is a team that is on defense. I would say 80% drafted. Okay, you had some people on Twitter who, yeah, so their whole thing was, oh, Foots, you did bring in, yeah, you brought in J. Ron Curse. I get it, and you brought in Barr, but the majority of this defense is drafted guys. And now you see guys like Sam Williams giving you solid reps late. You see guys like Tristan Hill. I wanted to throw Tristan Hill off a bridge. And all he's doing is playing good defense against a good team. Mm-hmm. 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 You see, you have a team of guys who just are doing their job. That's the difference. Yeah, 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 yeah. 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 Yeah, so let's stay right there, Lou. Let's stay right there. Okay, let's stay right there. So many things to talk about. We got time. This is Louie in the cut. You guys follow him on Twitter. He's a great follow, one of my best friends. We just talking ball. Um, and I'll get a couple more points from him, and then we'll go ahead and keep it moving. But let's talk about Tony Pollard. Let's talk about Ezekiel Elliott. Um, I think when four comes back, because you don't have to play Dak. I know it's a big game, rivalry, blah, 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 all that. You really don't have to play four to beat Philly. I do believe that this team run blocks. I need to look around the league to see who's really running the ball a certain way. I know Detroit has a good run. They run the ball well. But I do believe that this team run blocks well. And if you guys haven't noticed, and I'll give Kellen Moore a lot of credit for this, what's happening is gut punch with Zeke, gut punch with Zeke, then home run with Tony. Then you got that uppercut with Tony. So we're going to the body. We're going to the body with Zeke. Go to the body, work the body, and then you come with the uppercut or you come with the hook with Tony. And to me, It's brilliant because it's like when you think about it, teams are built to stop the pass. Teams want to play passing defense. So like make these teams tackle. Make these teams tackle. Like, share, subscribe, y'all. Lou, what do you think about Tony and Zeke? I got one of my best friends, Lou, on. Talk to me. Zeke had juice, man. This was one of Zeke's best games, man. No. Yeah. Yeah. I said this, Lou. We've been watching this team for a long time. I guess we're gonna go back to this defense for a second. I I I can't remember the last time that I've seen a defense. I've never seen a defense this good for the Cowboys as long as I've been watching this team. Mm-hmm. Somebody said in the comments, Lou, Micah getting a quarterback contract. He gonna be the highest paid DN, that's for sure. All right, let me jump in with this comment. I like this. I got blocked by some youth yesterday YouTuber. Jose, I like what you're saying here. And this is what me and Lou have been talking about for a long time. I am team build. I am team draft. I am team you can't get in the hole in the I can't you can't get in the hole with you can't get in the hole with free agency. And here's why. You look at a team like the Rams and they did win a Super Bowl and we all won a Super Bowl. But now the Rams are going to be bad for a long time and they're still a good team, right? But they're going to be bad and yeah. 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 I think you may I'll be honest with you though. I'll be honest with you though, Lou. I think you might have a better chance this year because the league is falling in your favor. It's turning out that you have a great offensive line, and then you also have a great defensive line. Yo, I'm gonna let he lost the damn like I don't it right and like I'm not and it, yeah, I mean, let's you get the ball right. Like Lou's making a good point, and guys, we got a lot to talk about. Make sure everybody follows Lou. Give me your Twitter one more time, Lou. I'm gonna put you in the chat box. What's your Twitter, Lou? Lou Cooley. Everybody go shoot him a follow right now. He's really solid. One of my best friends, and this is what we talk about on a daily. And he gives me ideas. Really a good dude. And I'm gonna say this, Lou, before I hang up. People want to say this about Hurts, right? He's not better than Dak, and I'm hard on Dak. The truth is this: what's gonna happen is next week when we play them, you're gonna see him struggle because of how fast we get after the quarterback, and he's gonna have to make whole shot throws. Arizona really exposed a lot with Philly every time I flipped on, and people were saying it's play call and this, that, and the third. No, you only call plays based on what you can do offensively. That's why you see some of the plays being called with Dallas. The difference is we have a defense now that can win you games. So I'm gonna hang up, Lou. Lou, shout out to you for coming on. Y'all make sure y'all show Lou a lot of love. Yo, I feel good, y'all. Like I literally I sat on my couch. My couch is right behind the screen. And I took it all in. Like I don't want to jump to any conclusions. I don't want to um I don't want to overreact. But I will say it feels good to have a team that's playing solid football, that's coming in with a plan. Like Dallas had a plan today. They had Quinn scheming. Micah, get after the quarterback, get after the quarterback. Then I saw Micah drop back into coverage. Um, Dan Quinn scheming, y'all. This is gonna be fun when when Dak Prescott gets back. And it's not gonna be fun because Dak has to be 300 a yard. I mean, he's not. Listen, he's not gonna throw the ball all over the yard. I don't want him to. I don't need him to. I don't think that's fair to the team at this point. You want to win games, you got to be a balanced team. Dak may not have a 300-yard game the rest of the season. I don't need him to. This team is getting out of games by letting their running backs lean on people. Don't get me wrong now. That Rams defense got 3 studs on each level of defense. Jalen Ramsey, stud. Bobby Wagner, good player. Yeah, Joe Burrow did just throw a bad pick. Just got fooled. Um, and obviously Aaron Donald, who, by the way, we're gonna talk about Tyler Smith. Um, is bad as Tyler Smith at times, and we're gonna talk about it. Is bad as Tyler Smith played tonight. He couldn't have got those reps or that crash course on the bench. You'll never get better just sitting. He's your tackle for the future, and that's just that. But we'll get back to that. So back to this defense and the philosophy as a team. Can we give Mike McCarthy? Does he get any credit, y'all? Give me a thumbs up if Mike McCarthy gets any credit. Like, does Mike McCarthy? Did anybody say Dak got hurt? Mike's gonna get fired. We're bringing in Sean Payton. Can anybody like Or did anybody say I'm tired of Mike? He just stands there. Does Mike McCarthy get any credit? Give me a thumbs up if Mike McCarthy gets credit. Thank you. Because I'm sick of this narrative, and I'm really serious, and I'm gonna call out YouTubers as well, like all my colleagues, all my homies, dog. Like, stop skipping past Mike McCarthy. Like, it's Bush League. If you're thumbs down, I'm blocking you, David. I'm blocking you. I'm not gonna block you, David. We're allowed to disagree. It's all love, David. We disagree. Scout about them Cowboys. I'm blocking you too, dog. Nah, get out of here. Get out of my life. No, I don't like you, Scout. Nah, I'm just messing with you, dog. We allowed to disagree. But what's up, JP? In all seriousness, y'all, like, you can't tell me that Mike McCarthy doesn't have his team playing with a different pulse. Okay, let's talk about it. Year one, COVID year, Mike Nolan, the team doesn't look good. Year two, they get to the playoffs. He wins the division. Year three, oh, he just loses his quarterback and he's off to a 4-1 start, and his team looks prepared. Like, if nothing else, he needs credit for having his team organized and prepared. Like, that's the head coach's job. I'm looking at a lot of these teams come in with crappy game plans. I'm looking at Baltimore with crappy game plans. I'm looking at a lot of teams with crappy game plans. Like, and we can say that Quinn is the key piece of this staff, but I'll be honest with you. Ever since Mike McCarthy walked into that room with Kellen calling a lot better games. Kellen running the ball. Kellen's taking 2. He taking 3. Like, you live with that. Mike took control. He told him, Kellen, no more. Have y'all seen a reverse? Sheila, have you seen a reverse? Kellen hasn't called one reverse. Like, Mike gets, you guys got to understand how good head coaches work. Good head coaches work. And I do believe that is controlling and my, now, Bill Belichick is one of the greatest coaches of all time. But I think the same thing that makes Bill Belichick great is what kills him is sometimes he can be overbearing, I'm sure. And he's just got, even though they did have a big win today, with a backup quarterback. But, kind of trying to just bet on himself. And, I think that Mike is doing a good job of letting his coordinators coach, but also, hey, Kellen, we can't do that. Now, he doesn't have to do that with Dan Quinn. Like, he doesn't, you know why he doesn't have to do that with Dan Quinn? And I say this, and I'm going to say this. We all love Dan Quinn. I love Dan Quinn. Early on in that game, he was getting out schemed at times. I didn't see the need for Diggs to follow Cup. They just didn't have to do that at times. You run that single high shell and you take a false step and Cup just runs past your defense. That's tricky. So, to me, even Dan Quinn makes mistakes. It's okay. He got himself together, though. He got the defense together. Hey, early on, Micah wasn't quite getting home. He kept coming. He talked about it after the game. He kept coming, 2 sacks, just like that. And I got to give Kellen more credit for winning some of these games. Well, for the game plan and the way that he's, kind of controlled these games and designing the runs and all that type of stuff and how they're using Zeke and Tony. I got to give him a lot of credit. Thunder and lightning, thunder and lightning, thunder and lightning. I think, to me, Cowboys fans need to wake up and say, you're lucky to have a coach like Mike McCarthy. Lucky. You could have Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera is going to get fired because he banked on Carson Wentz. He banked on Chase Young instead of drafting Justin Herbert. You understand what I'm saying? Decisions, y'all. Be right back. Let me go get some more water. We got time tonight. We got time. Play the single again. We got time. What do y'all want to talk about? Let me know. Let me know. Mm. Hey, y'all, I'm sorry. I feel good. Golly. I feel good, y'all. Man, oh man. Hey, I hope y'all like the song too, by the way. Let me get back on the mic. I hope y'all like the song Empty. Can I show y'all the artwork? Working hard on the music. Go download it. It's on iTunes, Foots and Coles. Let me see if I can see this a little bit better. Uh, anyway, guys, this is a big win. Um, let's go to the box score. Um, let's see. Let's look at some stats. Let's look at some things. I hope y'all like the song. I hope y'all. Yeah. Let's show this. We ain't nobody's underdog. I agree. I don't know why we were a dog, but the problem is that um there aren't a lot of good offensive lines in the league, y'all. There aren't. There just aren't, man. There's just not a lot of good offensive line play in the NFL. Mm. Mixed with, Dallas is really coached up, man. Mm. Um, um, yeah. Mm. 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 Um, I just been stuck, man. Guys, when I say stuck, it's just like our roster looks better than a lot of teams' roster. We're drafted. We this team is drafted, guys. You know, roster just looks better. Um, you know, I'll be honest with you. Like, if Philly, if the Cardinals don't miss that field goal, they lose that game. Um, yeah, you know what, Calvin? I think that Parsons growing was fine. I think that they'll give him a day off from practice, and you know, they asked a lot of him, man. But the difference is you starting to see other guys step up, and that's when it's gonna get scary. That's when I think that, as Micah starts to step up more and more and more, that's where not Micah, but what Micah does, that's when it'll be scary. Let's look at the box score, guys, and then I'll jump off the live stream. Um, I think that, you know, to me, let's see, when you look at Okay. Matt Stafford. I didn't know Matt Stafford had 300 yards. Some of those might have came in garbage time. Getting tired. Like I said, y'all, I spent so much time yelling at the screen, but then I started to realize, like, what am I yelling for, Cowboys fans? We haven't shown any reason to be nervous. Like some of that nervous energy. And listen, I'm not gonna be fake. I had a lot of nervous energy early, especially because it's like, how does Dallas do in these in a game like this? Will they what the bed will they get out coached? Will guys be running free? And outside of like a few plays, man, Dallas was in position. All right, let's go over the box score here. Matt Stafford, 28 of 42, 308 yards, one touchdown. Had to obviously some of that is inflated with that long run to Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp's a bad boy. 7 reception, 125. CD. I mean, excuse me, Diggs. Diggs got beat. I tweeted as soon as it happened, man. Diggs, but it's football. Like, I don't know why Diggs feels like he has to come on Twitter. He just came on. He just came on Twitter, and it's like, you know, I gave up a touchdown. Like, bro, you don't have to explain none of these people. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I ain't explaining nothing to no fans. Like, if I'm a player, like, it happens in this game. You just gotta put it behind you. Like at DB, you're gonna get beat. Like, there's no way that you're not gonna get beat at DB. I don't understand. Like, Diggs, you don't have to say nothing. Like, DBs get beat. I watched Jalen Ramsey get torched the first game of the season. Diggs still playing great. It happens. Y'all gave up 10 points as a defense. He made great plays after that. Like, it's cool. All this explaining stuff, I ain't explaining nothing. I'm a professional athlete. These folks can't do what I do. Anyway, I know fans don't want to hear that, but it is what it is. Higbee. I think Higbee, Skoranek, and Allen Robinson, I think it was a great game plan saying, hey, Cooper Kupp, you going to get yours. We'll live. Higbee didn't affect you. 46 yards. Trying to push the ball to Darrell Henderson couldn't affect you. Skoranek, six yards, a bunch of BS underneath. You good, right? Cam Akers, I thought the run defense was outstanding. Especially when you listen, especially when you playing against a coach who designs good runs. Now, he doesn't have the same line. It's not my problem. Here we go. Cooper Rush. 10 completions, 100 yards. 10 completions, 100 yards. You won the game by 12 points. Think about that for a second, y'all. 10 completions, 100 yards. 10 to 16s. 10 to 16, 102 yards. And you won the game by 12 points. That's different. Solid game from Lamb. 5 for 53. 4 for 44. This game was won by Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard with the long touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott going to the body. You'll look at the box score, and they got a lot of stops late that kind of messed his average up. But Zeke rushing 22 times for 78 yards was the body blows that you needed. I will take it too, Dwayne. With this defense, I will take it. Zeke going to the body. You don't win this game without 21. You will not beat this team without 21. That defense did not want to tackle 21. They were soft up the middle of that defense. And so when you bring in a guy like Tony after they have to tackle Ezekiel Elliott, it's hard, man. So Is Zeke washed? I don't see it. You know who had a sneaky good game? Zach Martin had a sneaky good game, y'all. In the run game, Zach Martin played good. And it's you don't, this is what I like what some of the runs that Kellen is designing. Like, it's like, okay, you don't have to be mauling. You just have to position a certain way. They did some double team stuff to the next level. Like they didn't have to be a mauling run game. And I love that. Just body positioning. I feel good, y'all. Cows win. Cows win. Cows win. Um, looking at this team, yeah, I just saw that Wesley. Hey Wesley, I kind of froze for a second because I'm like, why did Zach Taylor run that? But it's this league is so year to year, man. You see teams and you see staffs, and you're like, man, they do such a good job. And then, you start seeing stuff, you're like, I don't like that. To me, when you look at this Cowboys team, I think that we are built for the long haul, guys. I think that this team, not only is this team built for the long haul, but I think that it's a rare combination of these guys like to play for each other. These guys like to play football for each other. And that's when you kind of get to that, that's when you get to that special place when it's like, dang, these jokers want to play for each other. Nobody's secretly hating on each other. Everybody's really happy for each other. Dorrance Armstrong, man, like when you blocking kicks and you causing big sacks early on in the game, that's when it's like, okay, now we getting special. Vach is on the way. Everybody say Vacho, hardest working man in the game. I'm gonna do my own theme music. Doom 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 doom. 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 Vacho, get on in here, man. What you doing, man? Come on, Vacho. Vachosaurus. Mm, that was awkward. Did y'all just see Zach Taylor and Lyle Collins getting into it? Head coach from the Bengals and Lyle just had a little shouting match. The same Lyle that Cowboys fans wanted now. You know, Lyle missing another assignment. Did Steven get any credit for moving on from Lyle Collins? Guy just only wants to, he wants to do things his way. Like, so that was awkward. What does Dallas do? Move on. Terrence still takes his job. Better player. I am very, very excited about what this team has to offer. Um, me personally, I just feel like this team, especially defensively, is going to be mm, is going to be special. Vulturesaurus is in the building, y'all. Won't be long. I'm actually getting tired. Listen. I can honestly say this, y'all. I had nervous energy. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I thought we was about to beat this team because I didn't know how we were gonna scheme this team. And I thought that the Rams actually had a really good plan in moving Aaron Donald out to DN. where it's just one of them things where it's, Tyler Smith just, you just not gonna see Aaron Donald every day at practice, so it's tough. You get what I'm saying to you? Let's get Vach in here, guys. We're not gonna hold Mr. Lombardi long. I know he's been working all day, but I do want to annoy him for a while. Vacho, how you feel, homie?
I wouldn't dare come on your show without cutting my light on, Foots. You know what I mean? You was like, yo, Vach, I'm gonna be up a little later, man. I'm gonna hang around and you know what I mean? I'm gonna hang around and watch some stuff. I'm gonna send you the link later on, way down the line. I said, cool, I got a little time to get a bite to eat, text old lady. Foot's been live for 40 minutes.
You hell, Vach. Y'all, Vach stood me up, but it's all good because guess what? That's my guy. He a hardworking dude.
Yo, Foots, you have never told me no, man, so I wouldn't dare do you like that. Let's just talk about the depth of this thing, Foots. Like, this is where I think our defense has the advantage. We got 17 games, Foots. A lot of things can happen over the course of 17 games. People get tired. People run into, walls, rookie walls. People get hurt, Foots. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Other teams' depth ain't our depth. You understand me? Let me just prep this up because I don't just want to be talking crazy on your show, man. I got to come up here with a little bit of decency and order. The whole idea, I hate the fact that whatever team wins the Super Bowl, they get to dictate what's the proper formula for a winning team, right? The whole idea of them picks is ridiculous, right? Them picks got you a Super Bowl, and I'm not gonna call nobody lucky because winning a Super Bowl, winning a Super Bowl there's no luck involved. But them picks got you what happened to the Rams last night, right? Mm-hmm. Well, a couple hours ago or whatever. Like if you could just deal with them big dogs, there's nothing else on that team. Nothing else on that team. You can't just go. That was an accident. You can't go. That was an accident. You can't go them picks because dog, them picks provide us what we have, right? And we hitting on them picks, Foster King. We hitting on them day 3 guys, them day 2 guys. It ain't like we just, we got some first round picks and we winning with them. It ain't that, Foots. It's like, bro, like Quinn Bohanna, who was a guy that was competing for a roster spot last year, Foots. And he comes in, he's your starting one tech. Mm-hmm. Quinn Bohanna missed the game. And you go, damn, all right, what we going to do? You got a whole Neville, Tristan, and Osa holding it down for him, Foots. Carlos Watkins, who was your best defensive tackle last year, came up from the practice squad. Mm-hmm. You got waves of dudes. Micah comes off the field. D-Law got it. D-Law catching a break. Dorrance go crazy. Dorrance, Dorrance gets blocked up by whatever. Dante goes crazy. Foots, this thing happens in layers. Something bad happened to Jordan Lewis. You don't play find the scrub. That's what other teams do. Somebody get hurt. Oh, go right after that guy. Go play a good old game of find the scrub. If Jordan Lewis gets hurt, you can't target Deron Bland.
Hey, Vaj.
Sir.
Ooh, hey, Vaj. Sir? I just saw Lyle Collins getting cussed out by the head coach.
He gonna get
Did you see that?
He gonna get cussed out, sure.
Hey, we talk about that, but they wanted to keep Lyle, bro. But it's like this team has really been ahead. It's honestly, Vaj.
Stephen Jones wasn't wrong. Stephen Jones wasn't wrong. Go ahead.
Hey, it makes what me and you do fun, Vaj. Like, man. So, Vaj, I say this. I had you on in the background, listening to your show, but I just sat on the couch, bro. I was like, bro, we really just executed a great game.
You had to really sit back and consume it, right, Foots?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I had to.
I was saying this too, Foots, and this was on my live stream. It was like towards the end. I'd never seen a defense like this, right? Boom, boom, boom. I'd never seen a defense like this, Foots. I was born in 92. I missed this shit. So towards the end of the game, Foots, when the game was over, but we were still putting our foot on their neck, Foots. You know what I mean? Like, we were up by 12, 3 minutes left. They couldn't come back. It was nothing that they could do, but we still sacking and intercepting them, Foots. Dog, that was going on. I was sitting back like this. I'm lying. I had my glasses on, Foots. I was like, won't you look at this? Won't you look at this? And I was trying to make sense of it, Foots. I was trying to compartmentalize it, Foots. I haven't seen this before. I come from an era to where if Sean Lee get hurt, you dropping 40 on us.
Hey, bro. Hey, look. Hey, Sean Lee get hurt. D-Law early on, if he out the game, we no rush. We was throwing Jeremy Messi out there. Like, well, man, look, hey, bro. I'm gonna say this. You start talking about nervous energy, right? And nervous energy is one of the things that I had. Listen, I think we can win games, but I said you got to scheme. And so when you start talking about nervous energy, I had a lot of nervous energy when we missed that extra point. And then I'm like, dang, like, okay, something great just happened, but in Dallas fashion, we just gonna whiff on the extra point. Like, what are we doing? And then, you start getting stops, Vach. And then you like, oh, dang, they really can't run the ball. And then Cooper Kupp goes for 80. And then you settle down. And then next thing you know, it's like you look up in the fourth quarter, they still got 10 points on the board.
Sure.
And then you answer that. Now, let me go back. And then you answer that Cooper Kupp touchdown with a Tony Pollard touchdown. And then you see Zeke start leaning on him. So if there's nothing else, Vach, and I'm not gonna hold you long because you've been doing TV, radio, whatever you do, all the crazy things that you do. Vach, we not about to do this. We're not about to put Zeke and Tony against each other.
You need both of them.
We're going to appreciate both of them. Now, Koye said something, and he said the run game wasn't hidden. We was talking earlier, and I disagree with that.
Sure.
I think the run game and the threat of the run game and Zeke running for 22 times, I don't care if it was a stinky 78. Them 22 runs, the Rams felt every one of those carries, Vach.
Hey, Foots, I wouldn't dare fight a Koye on a three-way phone call after a Cowboy W. You know what I mean? I wouldn't dare do it. You know what I mean? But the total of 160-some yards, 164 total yards, like no matter how we get it done, it got done. You know what I mean? And both guys served their purpose, right? When you looked at the Rams a little later in the game, them dudes was winded. They've been having to tackle Zeke. They've been running into Zeke for 3-4 quarters at the time, and Tony just running away from him. And Tony delivered blows too. You know what I mean? It's like you need both those guys. You need both those guys. And I hope when Dak comes back, we continue to find that balance and roll. Bro, Matthew Stafford still threw for 300 and however many some odd yards and a touchdown. He still did that.
He did.
Cooper Rush beat that man. Cooper Rush was the quarterback of a team that beat that man by 12 points, and he only had 106. That's like the Jimmy Garoppolo playoff game to go to the Super Bowl where he had where he had 6 attempts. He was like 6 for whatever. You know what I mean? But they won the game with run game and defense. That's what this is made of. But the difference is we got better than the Jimmy Garoppolo. We got.
Oh yeah, no, Dak is better than Jimmy. And I say this. I used San Francisco early. I don't know. I would say they're 1 and 2 either way you want to look at it because that San Francisco defense is really good. Around the league, outside of that, bro, I just don't see a defense that could do what we do. And here's the difference. I don't think Jimmy G is great, but I do know that Shanahan's going to run the ball.
Sure.
Even when it don't look great, he'll take the 3. He'll take the 4. That's the difference. So I went on this rant, Vach, and am I wrong here? Vach with his gallon of water. Got his skin looking all great. Y'all know what time we on, man. Big health vibes.
I'm trying to be like you, dog. I'm running through these joints. You feel me?
Hey, bro, you doing it, man. Hey, you on TV every day. Listen, Vach, I want to ask you this, sir. Percentage-wise, what amount of credit does Mike McCarthy get? Because I think I want to fight, but I want to know. Maybe we don't got to fight, Vach.
He deserves credit. He deserves plenty credit. He deserves some off-season credit. He deserves some off-season credit. He deserves some in-season credit. Because one, he fought and he put his pride aside to get Dan Quinn back up in here. Mike McCarthy could have said Dan Quinn. He could have said it. He acknowledged his mistake. And if Mike McCarthy's anything, he's a delegator. I don't know what the hell he do on Sundays. Look,
God, don't do it, Vach. Don't Vach.
No, Foots, hear me out. Don't start that. Hear me out, Foots. I don't know what he do on Sunday, but if anything, what he did, Foots, was he realized, he says, you know what, this Mike Nolan thing was some nonsense. I need to get better. Let's fix this. Dan, come on in. Kellen, the shit that you've been doing, nonsense.
Come on.
Stop running them quadruple reverses. You
Come on.
gonna get us fired, motherfucker. You know what I mean? You at least gotta look at Mike McCarthy and say he at least can see when something's not working. You fix it. You fix it. In the Jason Garrett era, we'll be doing shit all the way to week 10 and we'll go, well, maybe we'll bench Cheeto now. bro, we waited until Byron Jones was in year 4. Let's put him in corner and see what happens. You know what I mean? You know, Mike McCarthy at least put his pride aside for the coaching staff, right? To go, hey, guys, this is what we need to do. If we don't do this, we're getting fired. Plus, there's something to culture, Foots. Right. There's something to culture. I come from an era to where if Tony Romo got hurt, we drafted Zeke 4th overall next year. I come from that era. You know what I mean? Mike McCarthy lose Dak Prescott, we drafting what 12th or some shit like because we went 6 and 7 and 12 or something, 7 and 9 or something like that. Like we didn't die horrible deaths when our quarterback lost. I think that's culture. When you hear everybody saying the same thing, hey, stay neutral, stay on your square. Hey man, we just ride with Coop. We just supporting Coop. Everybody turned their back on Wade Phillips, Foots.
Yeah.
They do that with Mike McCarthy, man. He deserves his credit for that. He deserves that. How many people can take Cooper Rush and win 5 games with him? Are you kidding me?
And that's I see a commenter in there, and I get it. Hey guys, one thing we are allowed to disagree. I love it, but one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna agree with Vach, and I am team Mike McCarthy. And one thing that I don't think that people understand what a good head coach does. He doesn't have to be overbearing, right? So you have head coaches like Sean McVay who want to have hands on everything, and that's okay when it works. But what happens is when it starts to look bad, or when you start, you start basically giving F picks like Vox said, or you don't have capital now, your line is falling apart, and now you don't have other weapons, and now you don't have any money, and now that defense starts to look old, and Bobby Wagner doesn't look the same, and this, that, and the third. What happens is you're overcompensating. But what Dallas has done is they use that model that Green Bay, listen, you can say what you want about Mike McCarthy. Green Bay always drafted well when he was there. Always. Yeah. He brought some of that to Dallas. Hey, we want to draft. I'm with you guys. I don't want to be a big player in free agency. I'm sorry, guys. We're never going to be, as long as Stephen Jones is living, I just don't see it happening. Like, we're not going to, because
as long as Stephen living.
Because Steven running his team, and he's doing a good job. People got to give him his flower. Him and Will McClay run his team. They're doing a good job. Jerry is out front, but my point is, a good head coach jumps in when need be. Kellen, this is what we want to do. Kellen, you are going to run this ball, and you're going to run it. Think like this. I don't have to call plays. I don't think that good head coaches you shouldn't take play calling duties from Kellen Moore. And I'm glad that Mike didn't, but you do need to say this, Kellen. Stay on top of the game. We'll kick 3 here. Let's not do something that pushes us out of field goal range. We'll play field position here.
Right.
Botch.
Right.
We'll play defense. We're getting pressure with 4. Dan Quinn is Dan Quinn. He should be. He's been in the league longer.
Sure. It's just, man, it's just some things are undeniable. For us, we're not in our final form yet.
No,
we're not in our final form yet, my guy. You know what I mean? The offense, when it gets back to full strength or whatever, the offense will eventually help this defense out, man. And I just want to know what that day looks like. You know what I mean? What that day looks like. You don't watch anime, Foots. So I watch
a little. I watch. I'm more Dragon Ball Z, the commercial stuff.
Perfect. Dragon Ball Z, Foots. You ever been watching Dragon Ball Z? And you wonder why Goku was always excited to fight the new villain? You know what I mean? When I was young, I was like, man, why does Goku, like everybody, Krillin nervous, Yamcha nervous, Piccolo, power. And everybody's scared as hell, but Goku in the back stretching and shit. He going, shit, man, come
ready to go every time.
I want to see what this defense looks like versus Buffalo or versus a Kansas, like an offense like that, right? You know what I mean? Because Our defense ain't like other people's defense, Mr. King. We have new superpowers, and I want to test them out. I want to test them out. I've been training in this room for 2 years, but on the outside, it's only been 2 days. Motherfucker, I want to try this new shit out. My hair Trunks got dreads now. I want to try this out. I want to see what my new powers look. Because, bro, if I can hold the Bucks, Bengals, and Rams, not only do I hold them under 20 points, but I just generally make them look bad.
I would say this. You made the Rams and the Bengals you made the Rams look bad today, bro. Like
the Bucks ran the ball, sure. The Bucks ran the ball, but that was week 1. And we cleaning things up slowly. Every problem Dan Quinn finds on tape, he just fixes it. Another thing that you gotta give him credit for. But in the passing game, like man, you see what we was doing, Foots.
No, we on that, bro. And another thing is like, I'm okay with Diggs getting beat. He's in position. Like, I'm okay with that. Like, that's football, Vach. Like, you know what I mean? Goku got beat up a couple times, dog. Like Frieza and him had a nice battle.
Goku ain't never kill a main boss. Goku ain't never won a big fight. But what I'm saying though, but that's facts though, Foster King. I think it's something to the idea that we're just learning from our mistakes and we getting healthier and healthier, and this thing is just gonna come together. You almost forgot that was a road game, Foot. That's a road game versus defending Super Bowl champs.
I know, bro. That's crazy.
You ran the football and you played defense. That's what you did, Foots. That's championship shit, man. Championship shit, man. I mean, so dog, it's only a matter of time, bro. I'm excited to see what it looks like. I'm excited to see what this thing of ours turns into, Foots. You know what I mean? But I'm just waiting on four.
Voch, I'm about to get off, and I want to let's get 5 great questions, Voch. Let's go through these questions. Let's do 2 because you've been on, Voch. I know you got a lot of content to do tomorrow.
Give us 5.
You got 5. All right, me and Voch gonna do 5. Guys, send 5 excellent questions in the chat box. We got almost 500 people in here. Shout out to y'all. 5 excellent questions. Me and Voch are gonna attack them. Then I'm gonna hang up, get some rest so I can watch this game again. And get some content out. Voch, what film are you doing tomorrow?
Man, you know we watching that defense, boy. You know we watching. You know we look Fuzz. Don't bury the lead, my guy.
Okay. I ain't gonna bury the lead.
We doing 2 defensive film sessions. You shitting me? On the Patreon tomorrow we're watching D-line. On the Patreon Tuesday we're watching O-line. But both YouTube film sessions are going to be defense or whatever. Also, too, for the game, I got an email from like Fox Sports or whatever. You know Rob Parker, cornball brother guy.
Yeah,
him and Chris Broussard got a show, and they wanted me to come on and shit and talk about the Cowboys tomorrow. So I'm gonna try to keep from calling him cornball brother and be funny and shit, you know. But I wondered if the if they saw me going crazy on Twitter or something, just wanted to holler and say what's up. I'm curious about that.
Like I said, man, it's just a normal day. Voch getting calls from rock legends, 2 legends in the game, Chris Broussard and Rob Parker, and now Voch is a legend. Like, listen, and y'all get that information here on Cowboys Days TV. Like, y'all wouldn't have got that nowhere else. Like, man, listen. I love what my homie's doing. He and Voch ain't changed a soul. He ain't changed a lick. All right, guys, give me 2 questions. Here we go.
5 questions.
5. I'm tired, Voch. You know I get when I get sleepy, dog. Hey, what can they do? Okay, let's go here, Voch.
Put them up there. Put them on the screen.
What can they do for Rush to allow him to score touchdowns? We need touchdowns, Rush Phillips.
Shit, he gonna have to turn to Dak Prescott or something because Rush. Dog, look, let me tell you something. When I tell you that offense stalls, look, it wasn't the D-Law. That wasn't 6 points. That was just a turnover in the red zone.
D-Law had a touchdown.
It was something else that happened. It was like a forced fumble or something. Yeah, Dorrance forced a fumble, and we was in fantastic field position. I just knew we was getting 7 right there.
Kick, yeah.
If anything, Maher's gonna keep leading our team in points, and we're gonna have to lean on Zeke and Tony like we did tonight. But what can Maher do to get more touchdowns? Turn to Dak Prescott, or just wait till Dak come back?
Yeah, Yeah, with Rush. Yeah, it's gonna be tough because what they're doing when they're passing the ball, and you've probably seen this, Bosh. It's a lot of
Mhm.
max protect.
Sure.
And it was a tough matchup tonight because
Fournette get pulled back.
Tyler Smith had his welcome to the league moment, and
Yeah.
that happens. And I would rather him get that. He's a rookie, bro. Like Aaron Donald, a tough cover for everybody in the league. He's a tough block for everybody in the
But
league.
look at
So
how many dudes he had to go through to get that though. Like he had to go through Shaq Barrett, Trey Hendrickson, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Montez Sweat. All those dudes are dudes. You know what I mean?
dudes, bro.
You run into Aaron Donald, he do Aaron Donald shit. What it is. Second question, second out of five. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
you, Rick.
Yeah, that's a really good question. Oh, I gotta let this one load. They coming up with some heat. Okay, here we go. Think we might be tired defensively? No, absolutely not.
And that's what we were saying. We're so deep.
Yeah.
We're so like none of these dudes, like none of your
Good question.
none of your D linemen are playing. That Spider-Man suit is crazy. Like none of your D linemen are playing more than 30 snaps a game. They're keeping the
No.
rotation healthy. You know what I mean? So none of them dudes gonna get war. Like remember last year, Osa's rookie year, right? Osa had to play like 50 snaps a game. All year. He was exhausted because Neville had been hurt.
And he hit that rookie wall. He
hit
definitely
the
did.
rookie wall. Like these dudes is fresh, man. Like Watkins going back to practice squad after this. We good, man. We good. Appreciate you. Good question.
Yeah, no, nope. I don't. I honestly, to be real with you, I think that this defense will just keep getting better. When you got a good defense, bro, it's just like that. Those Seattle defenses, bro. They just kept getting better and better and flying around more and more and more.
Yep.
Okay, this is a good one, and I'll take this one first, Voch. Do we blitz Hurts or do we spy him? You play your defense against Philly. Like to me, we just a bad matchup for the Eagles, and like I don't think me personally, I don't think that you have to do anything special against Hurts. Like if he starts to try to scramble, and I'm gonna go watch the Arizona game, but I know they had them. Philly Twitter wasn't happy. Play calling, blah blah blah. I just don't. I like Jalen Hurts, but I'm just not ready to put him in this stratosphere of a quarterback that's just gonna dot you up and make all the throws. That's me.
Sure. I think a lot of teams are overthinking the Eagles, honestly.
That's fair.
And you have the advantage of, and I don't know how many Eagles opponents have done this to them so far, but I don't know how many Eagles opponents can get pressure with four. We're not blitzing guys. We're not blitzing nobody. You know what I mean? It may look like a blitz because some guys are like standing up, but we're rushing four dudes. Like in the end game formation, when is Micah, Dorrance, Dante, and D-Law, you may have a fifth guy like Anthony Barr. If it's not Anthony Barr, you'll see Van Der Esch rushing. You saw Van Der Esch, blitzing a few times tonight. Well, not even blitzing, but he's just a part of the rush, right? So if you can get pressure with 4 to 5, we ain't blitzing 6 guys. If you can limit the Eagles to Jalen Hurts running around, good luck to him. Good luck to him at this point. So yeah, we shouldn't do anything different. We should make Hurts throw the football. If anything.
No, I completely agree, man. I completely
Plus,
agree.
AJ Brown is the kind of receiver that you like Trey Diggs to chase around. Tutu Atwell is not the type of receiver that we want Trey Diggs following. Tutu Atwell is a smaller dude, a quicker, a faster guy. That's probably how and him and Cooper Kupp, the main Diggs advantage guys.
Yeah,
I love Trey Diggs versus AJ Brown.
Oh,
what happens with that?
Oh, that's the matchup. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to do like his whole route tree is locked versus Diggs to me. Diggs gonna sit on that. Oh, and he gonna have something to prove against Philly too. Yeah, y'all can forget it. I just had a good one, Bosh. We got 2 more for y'all. Thank you guys so much, Bosh. Thank you so much for coming on. I know you had a busy night. But I like these live streams because I could be more candid. I still do videos, but just to be able to get somebody like Voch on is cool. Okay, Voch, I can't find it, but I guess how do we feel about Dalton Schultz, Voch? Here we go.
The question is not what we feel about Dalton Schultz.
Okay.
The question is, are we comfortable with Jake Ferguson?
I am. I'm a Schultz guy.
It's two things here now, Foots. Two things that we can attribute this to. I'm gonna leave my glasses on because I like, Is Dalton Schultz not contributing because Cooper Rush is the quarterback? Because if that's the case, then if Dak Prescott comes back, you can assume that Dalton Schultz will be Dalton Schultz of last year, correct?
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. Didn't think about that.
But then you don't really see Jake Ferguson being used in the way that he's supposed to be used. Maybe Cooper Rush ain't tight end guy, which is goofy as hell because he's a backup guy. He should love tight ends. I thought tight ends was going to go crazy when Cooper Rush got in the game, but apparently he loves his receivers, whatever. So in my mind, when Dak comes back, Dalton and Jake Ferguson should be elevated. That just means another year for Hendershot. McEwen, we knew he was a guy that was going to be disposable. Whatever. But we'll cross that road whenever we get that foot.
I'm gonna say this. Good man. And then I'm not gonna get too long-winded with this one though, Vacho.
Mm-hmm.
If you can get Dak averaging between 250, 275 yards, 25 attempts, and you run the ball like this, Dallas is going to the NFC Championship. Period. Just two, and I'm gonna say that on what's today's date, Vash? What's today's date? And I hate jumping out the window. I'm October 9th, my mom's birthday.
Talk about Fussy King. Will still just send me a text. He probably watch right now. He says, F all that. He said, F all that. And we coming for the gold, sucker. Philly, we coming for you.
Will, hey, tell Sky if you want to pull up. Tell him pull up.
Sky tired, man. Sky ain't coming up here. Sky, look, man, he been doing he did the Jesse Holly show, man. Sky did 3 shows with Jesse Holiday, man. Sky exhausted, bro. Then he had to drive. He probably doing some traffic shit too right now because it get packed over there.
Shout out to you, Sky. Everybody stay Sky. Can y'all type in Sky still? Sky. Will still? He goat. Put a goat emoji next to it, man. That's my guy. So, Vach, I'm gonna be honest with you. 275 yards. Goat emoji for Sky now. Botch. You get Dak to 25 attempts a game. It's just with those attempts, I just hate being over 30, 35, 40. That's what Stafford was at today.
Sure.
You get Dak to 25, 28 a game.
Yeah.
And you run the ball regardless of the number, right? You just run the ball to keep teams honest.
Yeah.
With the way that this defense is playing, you will be in the NFC Championship.
For sure, man. We just got to travel well, play defense, run the football, dog. And then, if you can win with Cooper Rush being your floor, then, Dak's ceiling is 7 times that. It's about who gets hot, man. It's about who gets hot, and it's all about midseason form, man. That's what it's all about. We got 2 more questions or something. Give me.
Yeah. I thought we did. Yeah, I gotta let you go. I'm sorry, Holmes.
No.
You gonna get your rest. Hey, you know why you gonna get your rest, dog?
I'm going to
you gotta bring that right and that left hook to them folks on Fox News tomorrow. Fox Sports tomorrow, bro.
Yo, Fuzz, I'm doing that anyway, sir. They getting that work anyway. Look, I told my guy Brumley today, man. Shouts out to Brumley. I said, man, look. We working hard now. I'm gonna get a week-long vacation whenever football season over. The last football game and draft season, right? Whatever that week is in between that, I'm taking that week off. And I'm not taking my real vacation, which is a whole month until like June or something, right before Oxnard. So it ain't time to rest right now. It's time to work, Pussy King.
I'm tired as hell. Hey, it's definitely time to work. Oh, we got some super chats in here. Let's get to these questions. Okay, we got these last 2. We got a 10, we got a 5, and we got a 50. Cool. These are our last 2, Vach. All right, and I know Vach talking about all this work stuff. You got to rest, Vach. How sneaky good is our O-line, and how good can they be? This is a Vach Lombardi question. I'm gonna shut up.
I think fans just need to be realistic and understanding of your left guard and your center situation, right? I know you may look at those two guys as the weakest link, but those two guys are gonna be what every center and guard is in the league for the most part. Unless you got a Quentin Nelson guy, a Zach Martin guy, a Tyler Smith guy, then your guard and center position is gonna live and die by we can block regular dudes, but we're gonna get our ass whooped by the superstars. People hate Connor Williams.
And that's okay, bro. And that's
people hate Connor Williams. Connor Williams was sturdy. He was solid. He'll get whooped by like Jaron Reed or something. But Jaron Reed's a stud, Foots. Or he'll get whooped by Jonathan Allen or by Vita Vea. All those dudes are stars. Everybody else, he was fine against. He was good. You know what I mean? So Ashawn Robinson, he's good against everybody else. So Biadish and McGovern are the same kind of guy. You know what I mean? They can live amongst who they are. They're fine. When they play against the elites, we got some trouble here. I think Terrence Steele can play with anybody. Zach Martin can play with anybody. And Tyler Smith can play with anybody not named Aaron Donald.
Yeah, like I said, I'm going to shut up, and I honestly can't say anything better than that. So I'm gonna just shut up. Let's end with Jim, the homie. What about Jason Peters?
Jason might be done.
Yeah, like I mean, I just think that you're not gonna have I end up speaking on every show when I'm talking about game plan, and that just offensive lines just aren't what they were, and it's just not that many good ones. And the truth is, I don't think that Dallas is going to have what's the word? Just five guys across the line, Bosh, they're just going to be studs at any point this year. Like, you're going to have somewhere that you're like, and that's okay, because that's where you have to coach. And I thought that Dallas did a great job today of doing things. Just not everything wasn't a pass set. Hey, we're going to run at you. Hey, we're going to double, duo. Duo is one of my favorite schemes that I run with my kids. If you have limited O-lines, okay, let's double to the backer. Let's do certain things that we can, let's do certain things to kind of, So at the end of the day, I don't think that this line is ever going to be perfect, but I think you can win games with this line, Vosh, depending on how you run the ball. And I don't know what Peters. I don't even know if Peters can finish this year. Like I don't know.
I think we should move along from Peters. Peters was already a long shot to
this is breaking news.
He was already a long shot to start with, man. So I'm if he's the swing everybody guy, then fine. They say Tyron Smith is walking around. What I'm interested to know is how much does this organization still trust Tyron Smith? Because I'm ready to move on from Tyron Smith also. If y'all gonna rip this Band-Aid off and roll with Tyler, then fine. But I wonder what happens, because you can't keep Tyron and Jason Peters on the bench at left tackle.
No, you can't.
Especially when you feel like you have a deficiency at left guard with Connor McGovern. But they hate moving guys around. I think Tyler Smith is good enough to move around. So my question is, when Tyron Smith comes back, let me ask you this, Foots, if Tyron Smith is healthy and he's good to go, and when Tyron is healthy, he's Tyron Smith. You move Tyler back to left guard, or you just leave Tyron and Jason Peters on the bench?
I haven't waffled, and I'm not going to. I think that you keep Tyler at left tackle, but I would be willing to have that conversation when we get there. I think that what happened today, and I touched on this a little bit, and then I'll go back and even talk more about it throughout the week, Vosh. I think that these reps were so valuable in this game.
Sure.
In the game that you won, there's no other way that he could have got these reps, and he is your tackle of the future. But if you're trying to go on a run, I see why you would say that, Voch. I see why you would say that. In this. And it's interesting. I think that we kind of all know in the offseason where we need to attack on this offensive line, so that's cool.
Yeah.
But we're not getting to the offseason yet, dog. We here right
now. No, yo, Foots, you remember the last Ravens Super Bowl? Ray Lewis was tired. He was hurting. His body was broke down. And he had a robotic arm because his bicep was tore. And the last 5 games, week 17 and the 4 playoff games, after every game, the Ravens will win and the cameraman will run and go find Ray Lewis, and Ray Lewis is just crying the camera as he go on his victory tour. You know, Ray Lewis wasn't the guy that he once was. There was better dudes on that Ravens defense at that time. Yeah. But Ray was Ray. Ray had tenure. Ray was a legend. You know what I mean? Ray wasn't as fast or as strong as he once was. He had a bionic arm. In my mind, you let Tyler Smith get these.
You let him ride off into the.
These are valuable reps for Tyler Smith. But when we get to week 18, let Tyron get his last little Ray Lewis games in.
I'm not mad at that. He's giving you his all.
And look, you look at Tyron and you go, Tyron, love you to pieces. You played for us until your body broke down, just like Sean Lee. And look, as an offensive lineman, you could probably play a couple more years based on age. But Tyron, as a 33-year-old, got the body of a 65-year-old man. This was your run. Hopefully it's a Super Bowl run. This was your run. It is time for Tyler to take over. We love you, Tyler. But that was your victory run. When Dirk, went on his last run and people just stood up and clap for Dirk, clap for Kobe, clap for all these legends. Everybody held the ball when Michael Jordan was on his last go. I think that's what we should do for Tyron Smith. Not because simply Tyron Smith is a veteran retiring or a Hall of Famer legend retiring, but Tyler makes your left guard situation much more nasty. But he's at least proved us that he can play left tackle.
Yeah. I think if you're struggling at guard, you can have a conversation, Voch. But right now, I'll be honest with you, man.
We died 2 horrible deaths in a row with Conor McGovern, boy. We died some deaths with Conor McGovern, boy. That boy got grass stains all on his pants, but he living.
Yeah, he had a few decent reps, but
what'd you say, Foots?
Wasn't that Foots? You sick, dog. Hey, listen, Voch, you know, it's 11 o'clock past my bedtime. Hey, listen.
I love you, Foots. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for inviting me.
No. I'm gonna give you a proper shout out because look, I do want Voch to put pause on them folks tomorrow and really straighten them jokers out. Yeah, hey Sam, you right. Hey, somebody said Foot sleeping. I'm sleepwalking, and I'm gonna try to rewatch this game. Voch, thank you so much for coming on, homie. We went for almost an hour and 30. Thank you so much. Even though you stood me up for the first 40 minutes, it's all good. I'm gonna charge it to your head, not your heart. Voch Lombardi, tell them where they can find you at. The famous sir. They don't know the history, Voch. They don't know the history behind it.
Yeah, man, that gonna be weak for the. What'd you say? What was the question?
Where can they find you at, Lombardi?
Voch Lombardi everywhere, man. VOCHLOMBARDI, YouTube, social medias, and the volume Monday through Thursday at 3 p.m. Central, man. Got my man's Will still producing over there, man. Proud of that dude too. He doing some good work here. So appreciate you for having me on, Footsie King. Salute to you, my guy.
Hey, y'all. We ain't let nobody steal our joy. I ain't worried about all that quarterback stuff. We're not doing all this. Don't let them mainstream jokers. I'm serious about that. They trying to distract y'all from the fact that we just beat the brakes off the Rams and we took their soul. I ain't worried about all that quarterback stuff. Dak can come back. He cannot come back. Coop can play. We're going to find a way. So I feel good, y'all. It's your boy Foots.
April Showers, we love you too, shorty. Go ahead.
Hey, we do love you.
We love Miss April, man. Go ahead.
Peace, y'all. Aisha was in here too. Hey, y'all. Listen. Hey, enjoy this win. I got a shout out to my man Jim Laws. He be in there, man. Botch, I know he be on your channel too. Jim is cool, man. All y'all are dope, man. Tyler, everybody. I can't stay here all night. I'm tired. Peace, y'all.